Dr. Steve Keen is an academic economist at the University of Western Sydney who has done substantial research on Australia's debt levels, both household and business debt. Wages, when you talk about comparisons with time past and today, interest rates may have gone up, but of course wages have risen as well, haven't they?
Not as much. So this is, again, when you take a look at the comparisons of the real increase in wages, yes, there has been a substantial rise in real wages in the last 17 years, since the depths of the 1990s recession. So if you go back to the 1990s recession and compare real wages now to real wages, then you see they've risen by about 25%, which is quite substantial. But across the same time period, the real interest burden has gone up by over 250%, more than 10 times as much. Even if you look at the last election, since the last election, real wages have risen by about 5%, which is a significant achievement. But across that same time period, the real interest rate burden that households are facing has gone up by almost 50%. So interest rates are cutting more and more into the cost of living, which is why people are not feeling that they're better off than they've ever been before.
Now, you've expressed concern a number of times about the growth of debt in Australia. Where does household debt sit today compared to the past?
Well, household debt back in 1977, for example, was equivalent to about 18% of household disposable income. So let's say if you take round figures and say you had a disposable income of $100,000, you'd owe $18,000 in a mortgage. Now you come forward to today, and if you have a disposable income of $100,000, again, I know that's high, but let's take a round number, you owe $137,000. So we've gone from a tiny fraction, really, of your income being your debt to more than you earn on an annual basis on the average. And of course, a large number of households don't have debt, so that's much more focused on those who are.
What's your advice to individual Australians right now?
Get out of debt.